I got it. Thank you so much. Give it up for him one more time. Oh, it's good to be here, man. Holy crap. I moved to Austin in March, so I've only been out there for 5 months, and the first show that I was on in Austin, I was doing a joke about how I had just become an American citizen 2 years ago, which is true. And I asked the audience, I was like, just for fun, does anyone want to yell out where you think I'm from? And this lady from this side of the room just yelled out, Jew! So it's good to be back in San Diego. Yeah. I am not Jewish, I am Brazilian. That's the country that I was born in. I don't know why that's funny, but it's true. No one ever yells out for Brazil ever. I get it, because they're all out in PB doing DoorDash tonight. That's what's going on. Yeah, man. I was born in Brazil. When I was born, my mom was very uncomfortable with the doctors touching me at all for any reason, so I wasn't circumcised. And then I moved to America, and you guys seem to be oddly weirded out by foreskin for whatever reason. So when I went to the doctor when I was 8, the doctor was like to my mom, like, hey, you should probably circumcise your kid for cleaning purposes. And my mom was like, knock yourself out. So I was circumcised at 8. Yeah, some of the dudes are looking at me like I fought in Nam. Yeah, dude, we lost a lot of good men out there that day. I get it though, she had good reasons. She wanted me to be a happy, healthy boy. That I understand. What I thought was weird about it is that when I woke up from surgery, my whole family had flown out from Brazil to see my dick heal. You know how many birthdays and Christmases they missed? They're like, dude, he's getting dick surgery. Let's get tickets tonight. We should be there. How fun would that be, huh? Surprise. Every 45 minutes, the doctor was coming in to look at my wiener, and my grandma was in the back like, "E parece que a tartaruga saiu, eh?" Which in Portuguese, that means the turtle has left its shell. So awkward. I kept asking the nurse, can she be in here? She doesn't have a badge. And the nurse was like, she can be in here. And I was like, dang it, you know? I was in 4th grade, you know? Yeah, I was in 4th grade. I missed about a month and a half of school. I got back and all the kids were like, dude, where have you been? And then I got kicked out of show and tell. Look, and if you got weird on that one, it's not like I went back there now and was like, hey, look what happened to me when I was your age, you know? But I'm working on it, you know? I just started going to therapy as an adult. It's always white women. Thank you, I appreciate your support. I'm doing it for you ladies. Yeah. When I started therapy, my therapist asked me, she goes, hey, where do you want to start? And I said, I'm the kind of guy that wears a shirt in the pool. I'm fat. I have B cups, dude. I think it should be illegal for me to free the nipple. I truly believe that. But she was like, why do you feel the need to do that? And I told her about this thing I used to do when I was a kid. Maybe some of you in here can relate. But when I go on family vacations, I put my Walkman headphones on, but I leave the volume down so I hear my family talking shit about each other. Yeah, exactly. So I was on a family vacation. I had my Walkman headphones on, the volume down. I never heard my grandma tell everyone in the car that if I didn't outgrow my man boobs, that we would just surgically remove them. Yeah, I was 11. So I was like, wow, they're really embarrassed by this. I should keep it covered forever. My therapist was like, dude, that's why you wear the shirt in the pool. And I was like, this is the best $200 I've spent in a long time. But it got me thinking, right? Imagine if they had done that. The way that society and gender has evolved in the last 20 years. Would I just be at a pool party this summer and someone would see my scars and then come up to me and be like, wow, with the beard and everything, good for you. And I'd have to be like, no, I've been a man my whole life. And they'd be like, you sure have. Yes, you have. I'm not that brave. It feels like stolen valor. I don't want to have that conversation. I'd rather just wear a shirt in the pool. Thank you, therapy. You guys are cool, man. It's good to be back in California. I almost didn't make it as a citizen because I had an arrest on my record from when I was 22 years old, and I had to go into a federal building and tell this story to a federal agent to get into this country. I was 22, and I got out drinking with a friend of mine, and he went to drop me off at my mom's apartment complex where I lived at the time, and we were sitting in his car outside the gate, and he was like, dude, I have this bottle and some weed if you want to keep partying. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. So we were sitting in his car taking shots of Jameson and smoking weed out of a Monster can. He was like, I don't have a pipe, I don't know how we're going to smoke. I was like, dude, I've been in the 8th grade, I can make a pipe out of anything. And I grabbed this Monster can, and I poked some holes into it, and we we went to town, you know? And we got so fucked up in this car that we didn't even realize that the cop had rolled up on us until he put his head through the driver's side window and said, "What are you guys doing?" And I was hit on the Monster pipe, and it made me laugh, so all the weed went exploding off the top of the Monster can. It was a real waste of a ball. And he asked us for our IDs, so we're panning over the IDs, right? And he goes, "How do you boys know each other?" And I had to look this cop in the face and say, "Sir, we met on a Facebook forum for slacklining." And he had no idea what that was. So I tried to explain. I was like, "So you get this rope and you put it," and he goes, "Oh, I don't need to hear the rest of this." I was like, "Sir, it's not sexual. We have it in the trunk." He goes, "I don't want to see it." And I was like, "Fair, okay." But then I asked the cop, I was like, "Hey, just out of curiosity, why did he roll up on us?" And he goes, "Well, I don't know if you boys know, but this is the #1 hotspot for male prostitution in this town." So that whole slackline thing really didn't help our case up until this point. I also asked him, I was just like, "Really, man? I always thought those guys were just waiting for the bus." And he goes, "Sir, there's not a bus stop over there." And I was like, "Good to know." Just a bunch of dudes slinging dick outside my mom's house. That's awesome. But he did catch us smoking and drinking, right? So he pulled us out of the car. We were both being interviewed by separate officers, and about 20 minutes went by, and 2 more squad cars showed up, and that's when I knew I was going to jail. And the new cops went and talked to the old cops, and then this new cop came up to me, and he was like, "Hey, buddy, how much cocaine have you done tonight?" And I just smiled, and I was like, "None." He's like, "Why are you smiling?" And I was like, "Because this is the first time in my adult life I can honestly tell you, sir, I've done 0 cocaine tonight." "Well, why do you ask?" And he goes, "Because your buddy over there is 8 grams of pre-weighed out baggies and about $700 in cash." Yeah, I got so mad because we could have been having such a fun night that night. Are you fucking kidding me? I gotta go down for this? Like, get out of here, dude. But the cop did this eye test on me. He's like, "All right, I believe you. You haven't done any cocaine tonight, but I do need to arrest you for public intoxication." And I was like, "All right, man, let's do this." And he handcuffed me, and he was leading me towards the car, and I just couldn't help myself, so I stopped him before he put me in the car, and I said, "Hold on a second, officer, 1 second. Out of the 2 of us, which one did you think was the prostitute?" And he leaned in close to my ear, and he said, "Oh, you're going to be real popular where you're going." And I was like, "Fuck. It's me. Maybe it's the tits, I don't know." You know? I will finish on this one. Where did I put that thing? I have been doing the road a lot this year. I've done every region in this country so far. And I've gone to a lot of desolate places, performed in a lot of really small towns, and not a lot of Teslas when you get to certain parts of the country. So I've started to look at Teslas the way that pirates used to look at seagulls back in the day. When I see one, I think land ho, you know what I mean? Because I know that I'm within 300 miles at least of good plumbing, electricity, and people with all their teeth. There's a lot of towns I go to and I do that joke.